The People's Liberation Army, China's mighty military force, is facing a storm of suspicion, a storm of scrutiny. At the heart of this tempest are allegations of corruption swirling around some of the PLA's highest-ranking officials. This is not a new phenomenon in China. The dragon has a long memory, and whispers of past purges echo through the halls of power. But the recent suspensions of key figures like Admiral Miao Hua have sent shockwaves through the ranks. These are not just soldiers being disciplined. These are men who hold the fate of the PLA and indeed China itself in their hands. Their downfall, if proven guilty, could have far-reaching consequences. Admiral Miao Hua was a powerful figure in the Chinese military. As the director of the CMC's political work department, he was the guardian of ideology, the enforcer of loyalty within the PLA. To have him accused of serious violations of discipline is a scandal of the highest order. Miao was a close confidant of President Xi Jinping, a man known for his iron grip on power. To see one of his own inner circle fall from grace raises questions about the stability of Xi's regime. Is this a sign of weakness or a calculated move to eliminate potential rivals? The accusations against Miao remain shrouded in secrecy. The official statements are vague, speaking of violations without specifics. This lack of transparency only fuels speculation and whispers of deeper conspiracies. To understand the significance of Miao's downfall, we must first understand the institution he served, the Central Military Commission. This is no ordinary military council. This is the beating heart of China's defense, the nerve center where strategy is decided and orders are issued. The CMC is chaired by Xi Jinping himself, a testament to the importance China places on military might. Its members are not just generals, but political heavyweights entrusted with safeguarding the nation's interests. With Miao's suspension, the CMC is left with a gaping hole in its ranks. A hole that will not be easy to fill. A hole that raises questions about the stability and unity of China's military leadership. The current turmoil within the PLA is not without precedent. Xi Jinping, since assuming power, has embarked on a relentless anti-corruption campaign, targeting both tigers and flies, high-ranking officials and low-level bureaucrats alike. This campaign has been lauded by some as a necessary cleansing of the system, a way to root out graft and ensure loyalty. Others see it as a cynical power grab, a way for Xi to eliminate rivals and consolidate his grip on power. Whatever the true motive, the message is clear. No one is above suspicion. The purges of the past serve as a stark reminder that in Xi Jinping's China, loyalty is paramount and dissent will not be tolerated. Section 5. Cracks in the armor corruptions bite on military readiness. The allegations of corruption within the PLA raise troubling questions about the true state of China's military might. If such high-ranking officials are indeed compromised, what does it say about the integrity of the entire system? Stories have surfaced of shoddy construction projects, of funds being siphoned off for personal gain. Some whisper of missiles filled with water instead of fuel, of training exercises designed to mask true capabilities. While it's difficult to separate fact from fiction, the mere existence of such rumors is damaging. It undermines confidence in the PLA's ability to defend China's interests, both domestically and on the world stage. Section 6. Whispers of doubt, loyalty and the shadow of suspicion. In this section, we delve into the intricate web of loyalty and suspicion that pervades the People's Liberation Army. Corruption is not the only specter haunting the PLA. The shadows of doubt and mistrust loom large over the ranks. Equally concerning is the question of loyalty. Soldiers constantly find themselves looking over their shoulders, wary of who might be watching or listening. Xi Jinping demands absolute obedience from his military, a demand that leaves no room for dissent or independent thought. Any hint of dissent is met with swift and brutal retribution. Soldiers live in constant fear of being accused of disloyalty. The purges, while ostensibly about rooting out corruption, serve a dual purpose. They are also a means for Xi to eliminate potential rivals within the military. By removing those who might challenge his authority, Xi ensures that only the most loyal and subservient remain in key positions. This strategy allows him to install loyalists in key positions, further consolidating his power and control over the military. This creates an atmosphere of fear and paranoia within the ranks, where trust is a rare commodity and suspicion is the norm. Even the slightest misstep can be misconstrued as disloyalty, leading to severe consequences. Soldiers are constantly on edge, afraid to make even the smallest error. In such an environment, true strategic thinking and honest debate can be stifled. The fear of retribution silences many voices that could contribute to meaningful discussions. The fear of being labeled disloyal can lead to self-censorship, where soldiers choose to remain silent rather than risk speaking out. In such a climate, yes men and sycophants rise to the top, rewarded for their unquestioning loyalty rather than their competence or strategic acumen. Meanwhile, those with independent minds, who might offer valuable insights and innovative ideas, are sidelined or worse, creating a stifling atmosphere that hinders progress and innovation. Section 7. Expert Opinions. Deciphering the Puzzle of China's Military. In this section, we delve deep into the intricate and often opaque world of China's military strategies and internal dynamics. The situation within the PLA, or People's Liberation Army, is complex and constantly evolving. With each passing year, new developments and shifts in power dynamics emerge, making it a challenging landscape to navigate. Experts around the world are closely watching these developments, trying to decipher their meaning and potential consequences. Analysts pore over every piece of information, from troop movements to leadership changes, in an effort to understand the broader implications. Some believe that the purges within the military ranks are a sign of Xi Jinping's strength, a demonstration of his willingness to root out corruption and consolidate power. These actions are seen as a bold move to ensure loyalty and discipline within the ranks. By targeting corrupt officials, Xi aims to create a more efficient and loyal military force, one that is capable of executing his vision for China's future. This approach is not without its risks, but it underscores his commitment to maintaining control. Others, however, see these purges as a sign of weakness. They argue that such drastic measures indicate that Xi feels threatened and is resorting to desperate measures to maintain control. This perspective suggests a leader who is increasingly paranoid and insecure. According to this view, the purges are a reaction to internal dissent and power struggles within the military, reflecting deeper issues of instability and mistrust. The frequent changes in leadership could be seen as a sign of a fragile grip on power. The truth likely lies somewhere in between. While Xi is undoubtedly a powerful leader with a clear vision for China's future, he is also navigating a complex and often treacherous political landscape. Xi is undoubtedly a powerful leader, but even he is not immune to the challenges of governing a vast and complex country like China. The balancing act he must perform is delicate and fraught with potential pitfalls. The purges are a high-stakes gamble, one that could either strengthen his grip on power or backfire spectacularly. The outcome of these actions will have significant implications not just for China, but for the entire world. The purges are a high-stakes gamble, a calculated risk that Xi is willing to take to secure his position. The stakes are incredibly high, and the consequences of failure could be dire. This gamble could either solidify his control over the military and the country, or lead to a dramatic downfall. The world watches with bated breath, aware that the ripple effects of these actions will be felt far beyond China's borders. Section 8. A ripple effect. The global implications of China's internal struggle. The internal turmoil within the PLA is not just a domestic issue. China's military ambitions are global in scope, and any instability within its ranks has the potential to send shockwaves across the world. China's neighbors, many of whom have territorial disputes with the rising superpower, are watching these developments with a mixture of apprehension and opportunity. Any sign of weakness in the PLA could embolden them to take a more assertive stance in their dealings with Beijing. The United States, long wary of China's growing military might, is also closely monitoring the situation. The purges, while ostensibly an internal matter, could have implications for US-China relations, potentially leading to miscalculations and heightened tensions. Section 9. An Uncertain Future. Navigating the Unpredictable Waters of Chinese Politics. The political landscape in China is as unpredictable as the turbulent waters of a stormy sea. Each wave represents a new challenge, each current a shift in power dynamics. The future of the PLA, and indeed of China itself, hangs in the balance. The People's Liberation Army, a cornerstone of China's strength, faces an uncertain future. Its role is not just to defend the nation, but to project power and influence across the globe. The anti-corruption campaign, while necessary in many respects, has also created an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. Officials and military leaders alike are wary, constantly looking over their shoulders, unsure of who might be next in the crosshairs of this sweeping purge. The purges have left a void in the leadership, a void that will be filled by those deemed loyal to Xi Jinping. This loyalty, however, comes at a cost. The new leaders must navigate the treacherous waters of maintaining their positions while proving their worth. But loyalty alone is not enough to guarantee competence or effectiveness. The challenges ahead require not just allegiance but also skill, vision, and the ability to make tough decisions under pressure. The stakes are incredibly high, and the margin for error is slim. The real test for the PLA will be whether it can adapt to these internal challenges and emerge as a modern professional fighting force, capable of defending China's interests in an increasingly complex and dangerous world. Modernization efforts are underway, but the path is fraught with obstacles. The world watches and waits, holding its breath as the dragon stirs. China's actions on the global stage are scrutinized, and every move is analyzed for its potential impact on international relations and global stability. The stakes are high, the outcome uncertain. China stands at a crossroads, balancing on a tightrope between maintaining internal stability and asserting its influence abroad. The decisions made in the coming years will shape the future of not just China, but the entire world. One thing is for sure, the coming years will be a time of great consequence for China and for the world. As the clock ticks and the hourglass runs out, the world watches with bated breath, waiting to see how China will navigate these unpredictable waters.